A very good morning to you. You are watching ABC News and this is ABC Headlines. I am Jennifer Samoa. Coming up in the headlines. As part of ensuring that the NPP wins the December polls, President Akufo-Addo is set to kick off his campaign for the new Patriotic Party 2024 presidential election on Wednesday, October 2, 2024. Deadline by organized labor to government to act on the illegal mining activity is today, September 30, and organized labor is set to meet tomorrow, Tuesday, October 1, to decide on its planned nationwide protest against the government for its silence on the fight against illegal mining, commonly referred to as Galamsey. Still to come, the Ghana Union of Traders Association (GUTA) has questioned the justification for the recent upward adjustments in water and electricity tariffs, stressing that the increment will further reduce the purchasing power of consumers. We have these and many more coming up. Do stay tuned. This is ABC Headlines. Now to our first story. President Akufo-Addo will kick off his campaign for the new Patriotic Party 2024 presidential election on Wednesday, October 2, 2024. He will campaign alongside Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, his running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and all NPP parliamentary candidates across the 276 constituencies. The campaign tour will commence in the Upper East and Upper West regions and is expected to span approximately 65 days leading up to the presidential and parliamentary elections on December 7, 2024. Sources familiar with the president's itinerary indicate that he plans to visit all 16 regions of the country before the elections. On Thursday, October 3, 2024, the president will temporarily leave the country for official assignments in France and Germany. Following his return, he will continue his regional campaign for the NPP's 2024 ticket. As he prepares for this campaign, President Akufo-Addo is keen on ensuring a smooth transition of power, expressing his desire to hand over the presidency to Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia, who has been his partner in 4 consecutive elections: 2008, 2012, 2016 and 2020. Meanwhile, Dr. Bawumia and Dr. Prempeh have been actively engaging in constituency-based campaigns over the past few months. Away from that, President Akufo-Addo has touted the role of the media in Ghana's democracy. He said the media, since the attainment of the country's independence from colonial rule, have played a pivotal role in the gains made so far. The media plays a vital role in any democracy, serving as a cornerstone of truth and accountability. By providing accurate and timely information, journalists empower citizens to make informed decisions, especially during elections. A free and independent media is essential to a thriving democracy, and it is through their tireless work that Ghana continues to build and sustain its democratic foundations, he said at the 28th edition of the Ghana Journalist Awards held on September 28. The ceremony, which also marked the 75th anniversary of the Ghana Journalists Association, was held under the theme 75 Years of Excellence in Journalism, the Role of the Media in Democratic Governance and Elections. Still on the same beat, President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kwabena Dwumfour, has expressed serious concerns over President Nana Akufo-Addo's unfulfilled promise to tackle illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. He urged President Akufo-Addo to make good on his pledge to combat the menace before his term in office ends. Speaking at the 28th GJA Awards and the association's 75th anniversary celebration in Accra on September 28, Mr. Dwumfour lamented the devastating impact of Galamsey on Ghana's environment and water bodies. Mr. Dwumfour called on all Ghanaians to join in the fight against Galamsey, stressing that it is a national issue that requires collective action. Mr. President, you have barely 3 months until the end of the administration, and we are hopeful that you will deal with the situation before you leave office, he told President Akufo-Addo.
We note some excesses and provocations that occurred during the demonstration, and the GTA condemned these excesses in no uncertain terms. However, we also believe that remanding the protesters for 2 weeks is too extreme and does not send positive signals when it comes to protecting human rights. And does not send positive signals when it comes to protecting human rights. Our Constitution mandates us to protect the human rights of citizens in this country. And as the President, I will lead that charge. As a result, we add our voice to calls on the government, police, and the judiciary to take steps to release the protesters immediately. As Ghanaians wage a war against Galamsey. It will be recalled that a few weeks ago, the GPA organized a press conference to call for an end to Galamsey in cooperation with the Media Foundation Against Galamsey and other civil society organizations.
On illegal mining, organized labor is set to meet on Tuesday, October 1, to decide on its planned nationwide protest against the government for its silence on the fight against illegal mining, commonly referred to as Galamsey. Several associations and unions had given the indication to protest at the end of September if the president failed to declare a state of emergency against the continuous destruction of rivers and forest reserves by illegal miners. The General Secretary of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, a body under the Trade Union Congress, Abdul Mumin Bana, said Tuesday's meeting will determine the way forward on their planned protest. The leadership of organized labor, after the notice that we sent and the demands that we put forward, we have agreed that we will meet hopefully on Tuesday, the 1st of October, to review all that has happened over the period and then consolidate our position on the way forward. On the Democracy Hub arrest, Alan Kyerematen, the Alliance for Revolutionary Change presidential candidate, has taken a bold stance against the ongoing detention of young protesters who participated in the Democracy Hub demonstrations. Alan made these remarks during a fiery press conference held at the Ghana International Press Center on Sunday, September 29, 2024. The protest, which aimed to spotlight the government's failure to tackle illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey, led to the arrest of several young Ghanaians. Mr. Kyerematen condemned the authorities for what he called unlawful and unconstitutional.
Fellow countrymen and women, today I join many Ghanaians from all over the country in expressing my utter dismay and condemnation for the continued incarceration of several young Ghanaians belonging to the Democracy Hub who took to the streets a few days ago to express their anger and frustration at the government's inability to deal drastically and substantively with the challenge of illegal mining, otherwise referred to as Galamsey. The protests have exposed the failure of the current NPP government and the predecessor government of the NDC over the last 2 years to manage the natural resource endowment of our beloved country. Fellow countrymen and women, today I join many Ghanaians from all over the country.
Meanwhile, Alan Kyerematen, together with his running mate Kwame Owusu-Danso and other senior partners of Afafranto Alliance, also unveiled a comprehensive 10-point plan aimed at eradicating illegal mining in Ghana. This ambitious blueprint, which he presented at the Ghana International Press Center, signals a new approach to tackling one of the country's most pressing environmental and socio-economic challenges. The cornerstone of Alan Kyerematen's plan is a one-year complete ban on all small-scale and community mining activities, both legal and illegal. This moratorium, he explained, would provide a necessary pause to assess and reset the country's mining practices. The ban would be coupled with demobilizing all mining machinery, which would be inventorized and stored by the military's 48th Engineers Regiment. Alan Kyerematen's plan also calls for an aggressive restoration campaign.
The Movement for Change and the Alliance for Revolutionary Change, which I have the honor and privilege to lead, on the other hand, has outlined a forward-looking, comprehensive 10-point policy blueprint to deal substantively with the challenge of glyphosate, which I would like to present as follows. Number one, impose a complete ban for a period of 1 year on all small-scale and community mining activities, whether legal or illegal. 2, demobilization of all machinery, equipment, including earth-moving equipment, and any form of machinery currently in use in respect of small-scale and community mining, legal or illegal. 3, inventorization, storage, and preservation of all demobilized machinery and equipment by the military, especially the 48th Engineers Regiment. All such machinery and equipment shall be properly identified in respect of their ownership, location prior to demobilization, and a full description of the state and condition of the said items before demobilization. 4, a complete restoration of all river bodies to reduce current turbidity levels within a period of 1 year while the ban is in force.
Still on illegal mining, the president of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiahoho Yao JB II, has refuted allegations of supporting illegal mining in the country. These followed reports attributed to him in a speech he delivered at Bibiani. A statement issued on September 24, 2024 by Nana Bonya III, the Atempehene sub-chief of Seshwi Ahweoso Traditional Council, and copied to the Ghana News Agency, said the publications against Ojiahoho Yao JB II of opposing the ban on illegal mining activities were unfounded and false. He said the address delivered by Ojiahoho JB during the inauguration of the Minerals Commission's district office at Bibiani last Wednesday had been misinterpreted by a section of the journalists and condemned those behind the false claims. The statement further explained that the president, also the paramount chief of Seshwi Ahweoso Traditional Area, never endorsed illegal mining activities in his speech, as reported by some media outlets, stating that his words were taken out of context. Well, that's all for ABC Headlines today. I am Jennifer Somwa. Coming up is ABC in the Morning. Do stay tuned.